As you can see, people are exiting Dave & Buster's after what's to be believed as one of the most highly anticipated heavyweight boxing matches in history. A place meant to hit up arcade games turned into a makeshift arena for the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight this weekend. It wasn't long until the crowd started reacting to the punches of both fighters. But what usually lasts 12 rounds was cut to 7, as Fury beat Wilder in a technical knockout after Wilder had enough. Some people were quick to leave after the fight, upset over the results, but Fury fans made sure to stick around for the victory celebration. With heavyweight superstar Anthony Joshua in the mix, we'll see if Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder even want to go for a round 3. In the meantime, this is Heather Berzak reporting from Wayne, New Jersey. Most people associate quarantine with their favorite restaurants being closed. But what if you could associate quarantine with more time at the dinner table and spending more quality time with your family? Many Americans are concerned about their health by contracting the coronavirus outside. But health experts say now's a good time to dust off that exercise equipment and focus on your health indoors. As the days get brighter and the temperature gets warmer, people don't think twice about a late-night drive or a late-night food run. But according to Governor Murphy, during the statewide lockdown, at 8 p.m., its doors locked and lights out.
People don't really care, they just want to get high. You know, they're not really considering what they're getting or where they're getting it from. They'd rather get high than be concerned what's going to happen to them afterwards.
Vaping is trending for teens, but now people are dying, and the Center for Disease Control is trying to find answers. With vape bans surfacing left and right, big tobacco is making a comeback, and uncovered evidence shows the culprit to the epidemic may not be what people think.
I started vaping because I realized smoking cigarettes was not good for me. I smoked cigarettes for 5 years prior to that, and, you know, got me into a lot of bad things, and the Juul really helped me stop smoking.
Alan is currently experiencing a relapse in cigarettes from prior vaping laws in New Jersey.
I recently started smoking cigarettes again frequently because it has been so difficult before I turned 21 to get Juul pods.
While the CDC continues to investigate, nurse practitioner Kristen DePite believes banning vape products is a good start in fighting the issue.
Well, certainly not having it available for the kids to access is going to help tremendously. Sometimes kids were using it only 4 to 5 times and they're ending up in respiratory distress in the hospital. They're hospitalized. Some of them are in ICU. So not having the availability is going to make a huge impact, I think, on the kids who are exposed to it.
The latest findings from the CDC say most of the vaping deaths and illnesses aren't even from store products, but from a market not seen in the public eye.
Honestly, everything's off the black market. Literally everything. Weed, THC carts, THC pods, everything's off the black market. All of it is just entirely illegal. You can't just go to a person and be like, where'd you get this from? My drug dealer. Most people get it off the black market anyway, and that's their drug dealer.
Vape cartridges containing THC, the chemical that gets people high in marijuana, is typically used in most of the cases reported to the CDC. Where marijuana is illegal for recreational use, these cartridges are often counterfeit, being homemade and sold on the dark web and the black market.
A lot of times, you buy it thinking it's one thing and it's tainted. It could be tainted with fentanyl, it could be tainted with all kinds of things that are really quite harmful, and the kids might not even consider that. They might not know.
These findings leave smoke shops wondering when their customers are going to return to buy in-store products.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not much, man. I'm just here to get some vaping.
The ban has actually kind of scared some people away, so you could say we lost half of our customers.
New Jersey has yet to find a solution to prevent future vape-related outbreaks, but Freddie believes legalizing marijuana might be the best bet.
I think it's a great idea, and it's about time they legalize it.
While the investigation is making breakthroughs, law enforcement feel counterfeit THC products are here to stay with the current state legislation on marijuana.
Well, I have to ask the prosecutor on that one, but at the same time, we can definitely... I do think that it's going to be a problem that we're going to deal with for a while. The availability of vaping, the availability of THC on the market right now is just rampant, and the cost of it is low. So the reality is we're going to see a lot more of it, and I hope that we don't see a lot more tragedies from it, because we are seeing that, not just in New Jersey, but across the nation.
This is Heather Berzak reporting from Montclair, New Jersey. Meet Paul Bailey. He has been the owner of the Breezy on Greenwood Lake for 3 years. But there's a problem. The lake is suffering a huge hit on tourism, and his business is hurting because of it.
We derive our living off of tourism activity on this lake. So that was a big deal, shock to the system.
It's not only business owners like Bailey that have suffered. Residents on the water are also feeling the pain.
Yeah, that wasn't going to go anywhere.
Jack Rowe has been living on Greenwood Lake for over 30 years, running the recreational services on the lake with local children. Last summer, plans had to change.
All the children's programs are changed, reconfigured to keep the kids away from the beach because the state says we can't use the beach.
Why? Harmful algae blooms were found when Montclair State scientists went to the lake last July. These blooms caused the lake to be dangerous to swim in, making lakegoers weary of going there.
Hi. Yes, this is Paul Zarillo.
Greenwood Lake Commissioner Paul Zarillo thinks the weather might have a role in the harmful bacteria's growth.
This was like the perfect storm this year. You know, the water got warm early, the air temperature got hotter than normal early, and then we had 3 or 4 bad rains all within like a 2-week period.
As someone who lives on the lake, Rowe believes the main problem has to do with an ongoing issue involving septic water feeding into West Milford's Belchers Creek, a point source of nutrients for Greenwood Lake.
There really aren't any regulations or anything that's focused on addressing the individual septics that are causing the problem.
Rowe believes that this issue needs more serious attention from the town, as the current people focusing on the lake are volunteers and local legislators with other important priorities.
I understand how hard this is, but if it isn't addressed, it's going to be, it's only going to get worse.
Put the past behind us and let's just work in the future, okay?
That's where Senator Joe Panaccio comes in. The 26th District Senator has been working on state funding for the lake since last year. After Panaccio's bill for annual funding was passed all the way up to Governor Murphy, last month he vetoed it.
They've abrogated their responsibility. So obviously when the governor vetoed that bill, it was not did not make us very happy.
But Panaccio says he will fight until funding becomes available.
The bill was reintroduced. It was, again, the Greenwood Lake bill was introduced with a different funding source. And not only was the Greenwood Lake bill introduced, I also introduced a lake management bill that would apply to the entire state of New Jersey.
The State Department of Environmental Protection responded to the algae crisis in a written statement, saying the administration takes this problem very seriously and understands the impact harmful algae blooms have had on the lives of many people last summer and is working hard to mitigate them in the future. As for business owners like Bailey, he urges that the state and town come together to solve this problem as soon as possible.
If we don't have that magic combination, then the end is near. The end is near.
From Greenwood Lake, this is Heather Berzak reporting for Montclair News Lab.